My name is Carolyn, and I understand that you are Fabio. Do you like to go by Fabio or some other name?
Yeah, Fabio's good.
Okay, great. I am a Master of Social Work student here at Metro, and the purpose of this time together is really for me to practice some skills about really listening to somebody, and I hope that you'll be able to just share what your challenge is and feel comfortable. We'll do this for about 10 minutes. And hopefully as we go, you'll feel listened to, and the way I might try to make you feel listened to is asking some clarifying questions and just reflecting back to you what you said. So it might seem a little weird, but I'm just trying to listen to you. And from your end, I hope that you will feel comfortable in sharing whatever you would like to share, and ask any questions that you have as we go. I have to tell you that everything that we talk about will be confidential unless you give me written permission to share it with somebody. Although as a student, I may share it with my supervisor just to get some feedback, because I'm still learning. The other thing is that everything's confidential except if I have a suspicion that there might be some abuse going on, either towards a child or an elderly person, or a person with an adult with disabilities. If there's any kind of suspicion of abuse, I have to report that by the state of Colorado law. Also, if I feel like you might intentionally harm yourself or another person, I have to report that, or take measures so that everyone's kept safe. Do you have any questions about any of that?
No. It's good.
Is it all clear?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel comfortable with the setup and?
Yeah. That's
yeah.
a nice room.
Okay.
I really like the blue. It makes me feel really comfy.
Yeah, me too. It helps. Okay. So go ahead and what's the challenge you're facing today?
Yeah. So I'm going to school right now, and it's a school, and there's a lot of homework and a lot of stuff to do, and I've had an issue for probably my whole life, but I'm just discovering it, and I've never been tested, but I've been told that I have like ADD tendencies, like ADD, kind of attention focus stuff, and so the school I go to is it's great. It's just there's a lot of work, and I'm noticing that I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. It's like my brain is having a hard time scheduling and managing things, and it's sort of like, yeah, it's pretty overwhelming. And just a couple of days ago, I went to the school administration to look for support, and because they say like, oh, we'll provide you with support, blah blah blah, and I really did not feel supported at all. I felt like kind of like left on my own devices, and and I was just like, I just felt like dropped in the middle of the road, just like, what am I gonna do now? Like, where am I gonna find support? Where am I gonna find help? And then I started spinning, I started getting all worried, like, oh my god, like I'm gonna turn on my assignments late, I'm gonna fail my classes, I'm gonna, fail out of my program, and blah blah blah. And so
you're feeling pretty overwhelmed, and like there's not really anyone that can help you at this point?
Pretty much, like, yeah. Like, yeah.
What were you expecting when you went into the supportive?
Yeah, like
office or-
administration support,
Yeah.
student support. I think I was wanting like because I feel like, sorry, I'll give you a little bit of backstory.
Okay.
But like I feel like I was wanting, like I'm 32 and a lot of kids discover this, when they're like teenagers or whatever. And for me, it's been a lot later in life, and so there's not a lot of websites. Like a lot of websites are for parents and stuff like that, and like help your child, da 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 da. Like, and for me, I'm kind of like I'm on my own, and so there's not a lot of like graduate school, like support for like ADD, learning disabilities, stuff like that. And I feel like I was wanting them to like take more like charge and like be like, hey, like I'll connect you with this person, or like, like let me help you like figure this out, like let me give you some resources, or I'll give you like a couple of websites, or I'll give you like a couple of phone apps that you can download that will help you. But it was like, it was nothing. It was like, it was actually really frustrating, it was like,
Yeah. So you didn't get really what you needed from the people that you thought would
pretty much
be the ones to help you. Have you thought of other avenues that you might take to like find support?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of what, like, when I left that room, that's part of what was frustrating, but also like, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure it out, because apparently they're not gonna help me. And it was a pretty big letdown, to be honest, like, because other sort of mentors in my life and so on had told me, oh, go to the school, like they have, like, by law, they have to have certain systems set up and stuff like that, but it felt like being, I don't want to be mean, I was gonna insult them, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, well, you probably feel like a little bit betrayed, and you're paying for this whole educational experience, and your expectations aren't being met, so it maybe makes you question the whole thing. Like, what am I really doing?
I mean, it's like, really, like, I mean, I get it. It's the school I go to is a public school, but it's like, I mean, come on, like, you have. I mean, it's like 2016. It's really easy. It would be really easy to make a web page with all the resources on it and just be like, hey, here's like, you're struggling with this, we don't actually have somebody on campus that you can like, it can help you directly, but like, here's the I don't know, whatever, the website that you can read or stuff like that.
Right.
And what was most frustrating is like a lot of what they told me was kind of like just like common sense stuff, and I was just like, really, like, you don't think I've thought of that myself?
Yeah. Well, I know from what I know of you in class, which is maybe outside of this, but
what class?
It seems like you have that kind of passion to create community and to have that networking resources thing going. Like, personally, I think that's kind of where you're coming from, as well as in this setting. And so I don't know, I think it just shows where your passion is at, if you want to look at it in a positive kind of light. Like, I think it really strikes you because that's one of your core maybe values.
I mean, I feel like that's a good, like, that's a really good observation, like creating community and like really wanting people to like feel supported and like like really like wanting people I feel like my
Mm-hmm.
uh, personality disorder speaks to different things. Yeah, yeah, I feel like being able to help people that maybe struggle with the norm, what seems to be the norm, is definitely one of the things that interests me. And like, yeah.
Well, I guess I don't have a solution for you at this point, but I think that you're resourceful and passionate enough that you could probably come up with another solution. I know that I think you started a Facebook page also, that perhaps there's others struggling with the same thing you are
That's a good point.
that don't know that you are, you can create community right there and
that's a good
reach
point.
out to people.
Cool.
I think you have that gift and passion. But unfortunately, we're out of time. So, thanks for sharing your challenge, and hopefully this was helpful in some way, that you leave here a little bit more encouraged than when you came in. Do you have any other questions or feedback for me?
Do I have to pay here?
Not today, because I'm a student.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.